Let me take you back to a time when wiring your own house for electricity could genuinely get you killed. Before the 1930s, if a farmer wanted power in the home, there was nobody to call. You became the electrician, the engineer, and the safety inspector all at once, usually with zero training and no manual to follow. People rigged up water wheels, cobbled together small generators, and hand-wired panels with no standardized fuses and no properly grounded wiring, and house fires from bad electrical work genuinely were not rare. Welcome back to In the Beginning, and today's story actually has a good ending, so stick with me. Before we get there though, I want to mention a guide up front that connects directly to everything we're about to walk through. It's called the Off-Grid Solar Power Bible by Caleb Stone, and it was written specifically for people who want the modern version of what I'm about to describe, without any of the risk those early homesteaders were taking on. I'll come back to exactly what's inside it once you see how far this technology has actually come. The Rural Electrification Act arrived in 1936 and brought standardized grid power to rural America, and after that, most people simply stopped thinking about electricity altogether. You flipped a switch, it worked, end of story. But quietly, in the background over the following decades, something else was happening with solar technology specifically. Every component of a modern system, the panels, the charge controllers, the inverters, the battery banks, has slowly evolved into something that clicks together rather than something requiring an engineering license. MC4 connectors snap together like a phone charger. Charge controllers arrive pre-programmed for common battery types. Modern inverters carry built-in safety shutoffs that would have looked like pure magic to a homesteader risking their fingers on a hand-wired panel in 1925. Here's the part worth actually sitting with. The danger is gone, and so is most of the complexity. What's left isn't really a skills problem anymore, it's an information problem. Simply knowing which piece connects to which piece in what order and sized correctly for your specific home. Panels catch sunlight, a charge controller regulates how much of that power reaches your battery bank so nothing gets fried, the battery bank stores it, and an inverter converts it into the AC power your fridge and lights actually run on. Snap, 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 and you're generating your own electricity. That said, snap, snap, snap is exactly how people end up frying a charge controller or undersizing an inverter when they skip the planning stage, and this is precisely where that guide I mentioned earlier comes in. The Off-Grid Solar Power Bible walks a complete beginner through every one of those connections using clear illustrations. Plus it comes with a full video course so you can literally watch the entire install happen before you touch a wire yourself. Let me actually walk you through what's inside it because it's more complete than people expect from a single book set. It's 7 books total. The first covers the core pillars of off-grid living itself, more of a mindset and lifestyle grounding before you touch a single tool. The second is specifically for people who assume off-grid means moving to the middle of nowhere. It covers real case studies of people running off-grid setups inside small American cities. The third breaks down solar power itself in plain English, the actual ABCs of batteries, charge controllers, and inverters without the intimidating jargon most guides bury you in. The fourth walks through properly designing your system, sizing panels, placing batteries, understanding why wiring gauge actually matters. The fifth covers installation, including the legal and permitting side most people never think about until they're already stuck. The sixth is dedicated maintenance, keeping your panels, batteries, and inverters running right for years, not just for the first summer. And the seventh covers small-scale solar for RVs, vans, and boats, in case you ever want to take this independence on the road. It's holding a solid 4-star rating across more than 170 reviews right now, and the reviews consistently mention the same thing, people expecting this to be overwhelming and instead finding it genuinely manageable in a weekend. If going off-grid has been sitting on your someday list, I'd actually go read through what other people are saying before deciding, because guides that stay this consistently well-reviewed tend not to stay this accessible in price for long. A century ago, this dream cost people their safety to chase. Homesteaders were genuinely risking house fires and electrocution just to get a single bulb lit reliably, with no standardized parts, no safety cutoffs, and no manual to check their work against. Today, the exact same dream, real energy independence, a system that keeps your lights on when the grid doesn't, costs an afternoon and a decent set of instructions. The technology solved the danger a long time ago. What's left is just making sure you connect the right piece to the right piece in the right order, and that's a solvable problem for literally anyone willing to follow a clear guide. Share this with someone who keeps saying solar sounds too complicated because after watching this, they really don't have that excuse anymore. Subscribe to In the Beginning and I'll see you in the next one.